Hello everyone, my name is Salim and welcome to the Markets Breakdown and Analysis for Tuesday, the 7th of November 2023. We'll be breaking down charts and show the exact zones where price will close for potential buys or close below for potential sells as well. So looking at the daily candle for Monday, the daily has been bearish, breaking below the daily support formed around 1983-700. And now we're looking on a weekly, also the weekly is retracing. Potentially we could see this week fill, respecting this weekly resistance formed last week. And now more likely the daily candle will be closing bearish, breaking below this daily support and forming a new daily resistance as well. So now to break down the chart and dropping down to the follow-up time frame, and what we can see here is the daily. Actually, we have this previous 4-hour support formed around 1977. The most recent 4-hour resistance formed around 1987-900. Drop it down to the hourly time frame. Now what we can see here is just to allow price some sort of a range, let's say. Ideally is to adjust this level of support around 1974-700 based on this hourly support. We have this 1-hour resistance around 1983-900. Dropping down to the 30-minute time frame. Now we have a new 30-minute resistance around 1980-500. Zooming out and looking at the 50-minute time frame. Also we have a same level of resistance. So now to identify the no trade zone and for basically a range where price can consolidate before breaking out the range. So I would say potential buys could be above 1980 500 as price break and close above this 30-minute resistance. Potential sells, however, what we could do is wait for price to break and close below this hourly support formed around 1974 700, and this is going to be a no trade zone. And now to look for potential buys and going back to the daily, the first thing we can see here is the daily more likely will be closing a bearish, forming a new daily resistance around 1992 800. So what we're going to do, we're going to put a line to where this daily potential resistance to be forming, basically drop it down to the 4-hour time frame. We have a 4-hour resistance around 1987 700. Drop it down to the hourly time frame. Now we have an hourly resistance around 1983 800. So you can see this actually, let's have a look on, okay, so looking at the 30-minute time frame, now we have a 30-minute resistance around 1984 500, and that also matches with the 50-minute resistance as well. So I'd say based on the 30-minute time frame, this looks clean as the first target for buys. So the first target could potentially be 1984 500, targeting this 30-minute resistance. The second target for buys, now what we can see, we have this 4-hour resistance that we've identified recently at 1987 700. Drop it down to the hourly time frame. We have an hourly resistance looking at the 30-minute. This is also a resistance area, and also this is a resistance area as well on the 50-minute time frame. Now I would say the second target for buys, yes, we could potentially see the second target at 1987 700, but if there was a lot of volume, more likely we could see price retracing, potentially, where is it? So looking at maybe a retest of this 1992 500, a retest of this potential daily resistance. And now to look for potential sells and going back to the daily, the first thing we can see here is we have this daily support formed on the left around 1972 800. Looking at the weekly, a weekly potential wick fill. We're just going to put a line to where this weekly low was formed last week. Looking at the monthly, yeah, so this is the monthly zone, basically on low. Looking at the daily time frame, now we have a daily rejection at this level. Looking at the 4-hour time frame, now we have a 4-hour support around 1970 500. A dropping down to the hourly time frame and looking on the left, and what do we see? We have this hourly support around 1969 500. Looking at the 30-minute time frame, that's also a 30-minute support, and more likely will be the 50-minute support as well, as we can see. So I would say the first target for sells could potentially be, so we do have this rejection, okay, so we have this rejection wick from to the downside on the daily, but this is the monthly low, the current monthly low, and this is also this recent 1-hour support formed on the left. So I'd say the first target for sells could potentially be 1969 500, targeting this hourly support. The second target for sells, now let's have a look on the daily again. So the daily, the weekly, the daily, what we can see here is we have this previous weekly resistance around 1961 500. Drop it down to the daily. Daily, we have a clean candle in here, but we do have these two rejection wicks. And what we're going to do, we're going to see what's going on within this level. So dropping down to the 4 hour time frame, now we can see a 4 hour support formed around 1963. Dropping down to the hourly time frame and looking on the left, and this is a 1 hour support. This is a consolidation on the 5-minute time frame, which price formed a support as well. More likely will be the same on the 50-minute time frame. So I'd say the second target for sales could potentially be 1963, targeting this 4 hour support formed on the 24th of October 2023.
Dominion Markets, your trading sanctuary.